sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker among the three of us running. So they will spy on me.
My country people, it don't read though, it don't happen. This one na Oga Tinubu and Peter Obi matter now will carry console. Oga Tinubu go meeting. When he say, ask question, I go give you answer. Oga Tinubu say, he no dey give answer. He say the answer, na inside he belle na he go dey. Why? If he give the answer, they go thief am, go dey answer their own. He say three of them when they run like this they go. Na him know everything. He said that make am this place we will come so all the whole answer he no go give una. Na inside he belle na he go dey. How my country people this one say matter so. It mean he say if they ask Oga Tinubu say if you don't enter already, are you sure say we go get light? Because now no say na inside darkness na he go still be, you know, go give that answer. When they go ask Oga Tinubu say if you enter already, you sure say Nigeria will be safe? Because you know if he answer that question, he go say he no go answer. Number 3, when they make people for road, they kidnap for road. When you go say, are you sure Nigeria is safe? Because you know say it no go possible. Now you go say no. How come? You go a place, a meeting where they say, ask a question and answer is. You say no, they give, say, the other one, they thief, wait till they talk, till they make this thing. When they can't give out Oga Tinubu boza, he can't say, he grant they run. Now they say no. He said day 1, run. Day 2, run. Day 3, run. Day 4, sit down and rest first. Then you continue. Meaning, you think, you quiet, you put action. My country people, this is Street Me Today. When I see Oga Tinubu, me will listen. Wait till Oga Tinubu to answer the question finish because this one when I work out this way, I say Baba Tinubu, the comment where you be, I leave this one. My country people, me I like when Oga Tinubu talk that matter say, I no go answer question because they thief am because in understand that say the question if they ask Baba Tinubu, you know person no dey here, person no dey to answer the question. You no need to say youth recruit 50 million cassava eba, you know dey. Now make I say you know the answer question. I beg all of us want follow Oga Tinubu. We want follow the winner. I beg, me na come watch Baba Tinubu the way they break this record today. I beg will not forget to share this video. Me na like. Me na you leave your comment. Me na like this video. Me for the waka they go. Me for the trend they go. Me na listen to na Baba. We will come move to Peter Obi. I Peter Obi answer. We will call them look the two of them who can't thief each other. Answer. Take move. And I go see for this video. Oh yeah, me not watch my country people. Agree to now when I start to watch this video.
To see if you're elected as president, sir.
1, hit the ground running. Day 2, continue running. Day 3, don't rest. Think and do. Select the best teams that will help build a better Nigeria. Teamship is crucially important. And giving the people opportunity to exercise their talents in turning the ship of the nation and retooling the mindset. Do we believe in ourselves? Or do we continue to make mass migration? Definitely, the security challenge must be eliminated. With technology, human beings attract more people into the army, given, voluntary army and the equipment necessary, all the tools to fight insecurity must be employed to have a nation that is confident, bold, and peaceful, seeking prosperity for these people. And that's what we will do.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Thank you so much. Now, we like we have, has been highlighted, through the presentations today, the country has experienced, economic growth. Unfortunately, a lot of the growth that we have seen has not translated to improved living conditions for the average citizen. And, some of those things, get us to think around how this has contributed possibly to the rising unemployment levels. Youth unemployment is at unprecedented levels. Even people who are currently employed, some of them are actually underemployed. And we see all those things. What sort of strategies, especially with a focus on the youth, would you employ to tackle issues related to unemployment in the country right now?
Private sector driven opportunity, tackle the power problem head on. People can work by themselves. A common school driver can create a path to fortune if electricity is taken care of and other infrastructural areas. Carrying them along. And the change of mindset, I will repeat that over and over again. Patriotic commitment, the conversion of negativity to a positive drive, and partnership with the private sector to create a job, to put an incentive there. If you hire 500 new employees, why can't I, as a government, give you some tax incentive to offset that payroll and the pension contribution that they may be associated with it? I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker among the three of us running. So they will spy on me. So you will have a limited answer here today. Another day you can bring me back. But that's part of what I'll do.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir. Just going back a bit to the question, because we're looking at youth, we're looking at large numbers. What are your ideas around scaling, employment opportunities for this large population of young people who are currently unemployed?
First of all, commodity exchange. Make farming more attractive. The youth that can operate AK-47 can operate better a good tractor to clear the bush and plant the seeds. Retrain them. I will stop here.
Thank you, sir.
I don't want to give you a comprehensive plan that I have because others are coming.
My country people, may we move to Peter Obi. Wetin Peter Obi also get after Tinubu don talk finish, wetin Obi wan talk, we will lis ten. Who be the winner? Me na judge. Me na leave us comment below.
Your urgent priorities would be when you assume office, if you're elected on the 29th of May. So what are those key things that you would like to run with in the first 100 to 200 days in office? What should citizens expect to see, given the current situation in the country as has been presented by our colleague who is the Director of Research of the nesg?
Well, I think, thank you. The first thing, without which there's no other, the other ones will never follow, is the issue of security. We'll aggressively, from day one, start dealing with the issue of insecurity, which have said that the enemies are no more formidable. I've traveled all over Nigeria. I've been to places that people said you can't go, like I mentioned. I've been to Pew in southern Borno. I went to Kautango in Tango, southern Gombe, where they say Ushungu. I went to Mubi in Adamawa. People ask me, why Mubi? As governor, I buried one day 20 Anambarians who were killed in Mubi. So when I arrived at Adamawa, I said, leave Yola, I want to go to Mubi. And again, they told me the same thing. This places you're going, you're not secure, we didn't have police, we don't have anything. And everything. I said, well, let's go there. People live there. I want to places. So, issue of security of life and property is our number one priority, without which there won't be anything. Following that is the issue of trying to bring in some intangible assets that I can call low-hanging fruit, ensuring the rule of law, law and order, and a great environment that will start making people to have confidence to start investing in this. And of course, our main mantra is to remove country from consumption to production. As you can see in the presentation, you see that everything here revolves around lack of production and not doing the right things, being a productive country. That's basically what we will focus aggressively from day one.
Okay. Thank you, Your Excellency. So within those first 100 to 200 days, we expect to see traction in the area of security.
I can tell you that from day one, activity in Anambra, from day one. Because there's no other thing to do, because the president is not even secure today. They're telling him places to go, and he said, you can see the president now be asked not to come to the state. So what else is he going to do if he cannot even move around? So from day one, even as I speak now, I'm the only candidate who have said I've been the IG of police, I've interviewed all the security heads. The day I went to see the IG of the president IG of police, he told me why he was. I said, listen, I don't want to go into office and start telling people what I saw when I come in. I want to see everything from outside. So if it's not possible, let me stay where I am. So from day one.
Okay, thank you, Your Excellency. Our numbers, like have been presented here today, suggest that there's been economic growth, but that growth has not translated to improved socio-economic conditions. It has not even translated to improved living standards. Living standards at an all-time low in Nigeria as we speak. And then, given the rising unemployment and underemployment, with youth disproportionately bearing the burden of this unemployment crisis, what are your thoughts around improving or scaling employment opportunities when you assume office?
Well, for me, when you move, like I said, from consumption to production, what I expect that comes with issue of creating jobs. Today, you have most of them, even from the rest that I'm showing here, you have most of your states, most of the subnationals virtually living on sharing whatever they can get from statutory allocation. there's nothing happening. Even the so-called productive sectors like our manufacturing sector, everything, look at the percentage our manufacturing sector contributes to GDP. That's less than 10%. If you check all other countries, that's comparable countries, it's about twice that minimum. The agriculture, which is actually contributing more in terms of almost 26%, again, those who are involved in that sector will even tell you they're not doing anything where it should be, considering that near over 50% of our arable lands are cultivated. So there's a lot of improvement, and you see a lot of government measures that is being advertised in TV. They only end up in TV. Most of them are actually not scaled down to where they will be. You only hear those good figures on TV. So we're going to do it differently. Where we're going to ensure that all those programs and everything are actually executed in a manner where they will support the industries. But you can't do all this without dealing with the issue of power. And I've said that if you do the right support to power generation, transmission, and distribution, considering that it's been shown that power alone, if you get it right, can add up to 2% to your GDP. We are looking at figure 3. So if we have a sector that can add another 2, I'll do everything possible. We'll do everything possible to ensure that that sector is up and running. And then consider that manufacturing is where you're going to create jobs. If you look at our manifesto, we'll say we're going to have an agrarian revolution that will support the industries and lead to exports. In doing all this, you'll be able to create jobs and be able to start pulling people out of poverty.
Thank you. What specific sectors would you be focusing on? Because the scale of the problem is huge. So what sort of sectors will you be focusing on to?
Agriculture, manufacturing, and we'll support it in such a way that it focus on export. There's other areas where you can, of course, try to develop more, even in entertainment, even other areas that have shown growth from what is happening in the ICT. But these are the fundamental things that a target that Nigeria must feed itself. Because we have our biggest physical assets is uncultivated land in the north. And when we talk about poverty and youth unemployment, the north is where it is worse. And that focus on the north, considering that there are vast uncultivated land. I was telling somebody yesterday how I went to prison to discuss Niger State. There's 7 local governments in Niger State is under control of bandits. I discussed with the governor, the present governor. He can't even go there. Nobody goes there. Schools there, everything is shut down. So what I do is that I took a tour. I went to the prison to see the young boys who are causing this problem, who have been arrested. Why did you do this? He said they have no job. He said, so how much were you paid in the last operation? 20,000, 30,000. None of them was paid more than 30,000. And that's what they paid them to kill somebody. And I compared that. I went to Kenya. I went to the flower fields where young people were cultivating flower. They were being paid $100. And unemployment in Kenya is less than 10%. I went to Ethiopia and saw when we were picking coffee, and unemployment is there. So, agriculture, if we're supported, Niger State has fertile land that I can compare to the best in the world. Some of the people who are involved with agriculture here, and then they can educate me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure it is because I saw it. And I came to the government and said, no. You live on 776.3 thousand square kilometers of land. And all you get every year for statutory allocation is less than 50 billion naira. And this vast land is here, all cultivated. And I gave him an example. I said, it might not be a perfect example because you can say this is Western world. I told him, I said, Netherlands with 33,000 square kilometers, which you have 2.5 times, did agricultural export of $120 billion in 2021. If you do 5% of that, that's $6 billion, which are 650. Sorry, bankers will say it's 420. I don't buy 420, I'm very sorry. So it's 620, it's about 3.9 trillion. Almost 80 times what you get from sharing. So there's a lot we can do with the vast uncultivated land in the north. For me, that is where we should aim. When I met Shehu Bruno, it was something I told him. You can't have this vast land, everything. Yes, the complaint issue of dams and everything. I said, but we have flooding somewhere. Why can't we start? We get the experts to tell us how to divert this water instead of causing us problem when we need it somewhere to do somewhere. There must be a way. These things are done today. So we can create dams and everything and all that. So this is my focus.
My country people, on don't listen to two of them already. Who na think say he go lead this country? Say, if they say Gabe, who answer the question, who will fit get up early in the morning? Go answer the question. On a good job for yourself, my country people. I not talk too much. On a good one, a good afternoon, a good evening, depends on the location. When this video come waka reach on a table, my country people. This matter, sometimes not balance. I will work on say the election is don reach ground. Now this month, now few days remain. May they score the goal, who wan win. I beg my country people, may we choose better person. Make we for fit sleep. When you wake up, when you go stretch your body like this, you go know say where you dey go. I not talk I beg una forget to share this video for me. May I like this video. I go see you on for the next video, my country people.